What's up, everyone? Welcome to the podcast, the show dedicated to talking about all the poggers things in life, like music, content creation, and video games. I am one of your co-hosts, JesseKazam.
And you touched my tra-la-la.
Ooh, you touched my tra-la-la. Ooh. We were diving into the history of that song just before the cast.
Yeah, we were here for about 45 minutes going through the notable references in that song, the inspirations.
Yeah, we basically did like a Sleep Token-esque
It goes
breakdown.
back to, it goes back to the antiquity. There's it's honestly, it's above you, you guys. So,
oh, what's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, I'm just dandy. The
oh, did the house go through?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Because it got bumped. It was supposed to be Friday, and then it was supposed to be Monday, and then it was supposed to be Tuesday, and I haven't talked to you since. No.
I am now the proud owner of
a
nice plot of land that before was just trees. Now it's a lot less trees and a lot more dirt.
Hell yeah.
Dude, the amount of fucking
dirt and trees
fill they have to like bring in. Holy shit.
Oh,
it slopes down a lot. And basically like we're going to be building level with the street.
Oh, okay.
So it like right after the curb, it goes for about like 2 feet and then it slants down. And I want to say like maybe 10 or 15 feet it goes down.
Jesus Christ.
Like, so we need to fill
at least, yeah.
You know, that's a giant fucking triangle, basically. That's a lot of dirt. But luckily the people there's a bunch of land that they've subdivided and stuff. So I think they're like clearing other lots and then just like taking the shit from the other lots and just
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, if you're paying like, there's no universe where you should be paying top dollar for dirt. You know what I mean?
Paying for it,
of course. But I'm just saying, it's like, bro, there's got to be a place where somebody, like the irony of, there's got to be a place where somebody's paying somebody to come get all this dirt out, and then somebody else is paying for somebody to bring all the dirt. I mean, I get the guy that's doing the dirt hauling needs to be paid, but you're like,
well, yeah, and there's actually land across the street. So like, there's the street, then there's my like lot,
yeah,
and then there's the lot over here. So it's like. So it's like,
give me all your dirt, bro.
Out, just like shovel it all across the street. That's what we need. But yeah, so dude, it's all done. Oh my god, you know what?
That's
dude,
sick.
It's so funny. It's so funny because the next day after a Wednesday, yesterday, I get a phone call. Hey, for anybody who's ever done a real estate closing, you know that you sit down and there's a stack of papers this thick. And every fucking other page needs an initial or a signature. And it's just like, this is this that tells you this and this and this. You sign it. This is this. And it's like, no one, of course, ever reads it. It's like a fucking Apple terms of service.
Yeah.
But I get a phone call being like, hey, one of our secretaries highlighted over one of your signatures. And for whatever reason, I don't know if that makes it null and void or if like they can't. So they're like, you gotta sign this other paper again.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, it never fucking ends.
Yeah.
Then the closing company, they were like cool and everything, but I'm like, after all this stuff, it was like 40 minutes to their place. I'm like, I didn't fuck up. You guys did. You're driving to my house. You're driving to my house.
Yes,
I'm not going.
Bring me the paper.
40 minutes.
Let me e-sign that bitch.
Yeah, except they can't. That was the thing that they couldn't do. So the guy came yesterday and we signed it. And I think as far as I know, now I'm done.
You'll never believe it. Okay. In the office, somebody sneezed, which set off a 77-part Rube Goldberg machine, which ended in the box containing your files falling perfectly one page at a time into the shredder. Oh my God. And then somebody else listed the land for sale and sold it. You don't own it anymore.
Yeah. the bank that was giving me the mortgage went out of business.
Yeah.
7 like hours before everything, so technically it's all null and void.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, well, I guess I'm just never doing this ever again. But yeah, everything's good, dude. I got it.
Dope. Exciting.
And now it's like 364 days from now at the latest, we'll be fucking moving in. It should be a year or less.
Oh yeah.
So
hell yeah, brother. That's exciting.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I just got so much planning to do.
Yeah.
And
One level of stress removed, and then a new level of stress begins. You know what I mean?
and
Because
17 new
yeah,
levels.
because now
like,
it's
okay,
not
cool.
like, is it happening? The stress is, oh my god, it's happening.
and it's all of the details that you never would think of.
I believe it.
They need to know which direction every door is going to swing. Like, that's the level of detail where it's like, do you want it this way or this way? Like, doorknobs, like everything.
Oh
What kind of
my
door do you
god.
want? What kind of plates do you want on the outlet? You know, like everything. Like, go through your house, look at every inch,
Yeah.
and assume that someone shows you a catalog with like 5 choices.
Damn.
So
That's crazy.
yeah, and the hard part is yeah, the hard part is that it's not just me, it's
My
my wife.
wife.
It's Meg too.
Yeah.
And like some things she doesn't give a fuck about, other things she's like really
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
opinionated. Like she cares about like the doorknobs, like the door handles, but she like doesn't care about, whatever,
Some other
the
thing,
exterior
outlets
doors
or whatever. Yeah.
But she's also like doesn't know. She doesn't know what she doesn't know.
Yeah.
And I largely don't either. I only know, a little bit of what I'm in for, but she also like doesn't like, she's the type that she gets like really stressed when like salesmen walk up to her in the store. And I mean, like no one likes that,
No.
but she just like right before we walk in anywhere together, she's like, don't let anybody talk to me. I'm not talking to anyone. Don't let anyone talk to me. She just doesn't want to deal with like the pressure because she's too nice to be like, okay, yep, I gotta go. When like the person at Costco accosts her for like an air purifier or whatever, and she's like, yeah, she'll sit there for 20 minutes and just let him talk because she just is too nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so ultimately it's like we're gonna have to sit down and we're gonna be like, okay, here are the different options, and she's gonna be like, I haven't thought about any of this. I don't want to make a decision now. And it's like, well, we've got 11 seconds to make a fucking call because there's 700 other, so it's like, I'm sure it's gonna be fun.
Overwhelming. Yeah,
sure, it's gonna be fun
for sure.
But
for sure,
I'm excited. A few people ask me. I'm not gonna give any details where I'm moving.
My plot is exactly these coordinates.
But I will say, so I currently own now, but we're going to be holding on to this place until after we move, and then we're going to put it on the market.
Yeah.
But it's a major upgrade. It's like fucking triple the size, 3-car garage, patio. Dude, I'm stoked to have. First of all, I'm still waiting on a quote for the irrigation system.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
But one of the things I'm like super stoked about is how many of the things are going to be like not hardwired, but like we're gonna have propane.
Oh, like gas,
like a big propane tank that's going to be buried underground.
Yeah.
And it's like how many things are going to be straight piped in. So like we're going to have a stove.
Yeah.
Propane, our fireplace, propane, the grill outside, propane. No one have to get those fucking tanks from the fire pit next to it.
And propane accessories.
Dude, you can have a fucking propane like thing on the outside of your garage to run like a generator.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm so excited to have all that shit. Just like
that's sick. Don't let them hardwire your oven.
Yeah, I learned about that.
Brother. Yeah, direct hookup to the grill does sound life-changing, bro. Because I've got a Blackstone and a grill, and I'm swapping the propane tank every time I want to do the thing. I should just buy a second one, but oh man.
No, and I'm the type that like I'll get the propane tank and I'll grill until like it's empty, and then my grill has sat for 5 years. It's just caked in like pollen, because I'm like, okay, I'm just not going to use this again.
Yeah.
Because I just don't feel like replacing it. So anyway, that's that. It's good news.
Sick,
it's fucking.
bro.
It's just it's gonna consume me for the next year, I'm sure.
Yes, bro. You get the irrigation system. You're gonna be out there, lawn of the month up there, bro. it consumes you. I've been out every like once or twice a week for the past 3 weeks doing something, bro. I was spraying I was getting rid of the sedges. I was doing the herbicide. I was fertilizing. Dude. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's super exciting. That is
full dad
exciting.
mode engaged.
Yes.
I'm so ready to mow the lawn, dude.
Yes.
I like literally I like have them extend the backyard so that I can justify getting like a 0 turn.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck, dude. I just love putting in the headphones, vibing out to some music or a podcast and getting some fresh air. Like that's going to be 90% of the fresh air I get.
Yeah.
Will be
mowing the lawn. Yeah. And you've been putting the hours in grinding lawn mowing sim, so you know how to mow the goddamn lawn.
Well, how many hours? Let me just check. This is going to be depressing. 637 hours of lawn mowing simulator. Lawn Mowing Simulator 2 is coming.
Oh my god, bro.
It's a Kickstarter. Oh my god.
Wait,
Heritage DLC September. Oh my god. Of this year? What have I been playing? Path of Exile.
Back on the grind, bro. Back on the grind.
Maps.
Holy.
Oh my god. A brand new mower. Holy shit. Okay, I'm locked in.
So locked.
Anyway, yeah, so that's that. But
bro,
you know how we were talking a little bit about sports ball the last couple of times we've chatted.
Mm-hmm.
I have what I think. I talked about like robot sports. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I have another. This is one of those things like there's a 1% chance what I'm about to say is so foolish that I should have like fucking patented it or something. I should like reach out to someone because it could be like a massive thing, or like 99% chance that someone's already thought of it before. Actually, 98% chance someone's thought of it before, and then like a 1% chance that it'll never be a thing, and it's a bad idea. Okay. But I recently saw a video that was detailing. Have you ever wondered if you like watching a, let's say, football game?
Okay.
When you see the yellow,
like first down line or whatever,
first down line. Do you have any idea how they do that? Think about it from like
I watched a video on it one time and then promptly forgot it all. So like no, but at one point I figured it out. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Like most things in life, there was a period of time that we knew.
Yeah.
And
it's all gone.
Actually, as a side note, I feel like that's completely fair. Where if you see something, like if there's a thing that you believe, like yes or no about.
Yeah.
And if you hear an argument, you watch a documentary or whatever, you're like, that's good. I believe this thing because of some justified reason.
Yeah.
And then like 2 years later, you forget what the reasons are.
Yes.
I actually think that there's like this might be a hot take, but there's like, it's not unjustified if someone's like, what are the reasons? Sometimes the reasons are like, they're things that convinced me before that I don't remember.
Yeah, because like we can't hold all the information we take in at all times. And so the most important thing to my life, not in this instance with the football thing, but in other instances like you're talking about, is like the one thing I'm going to take away is the memory that at one point I sought an answer and a compelling answer was given to me such that I believed that was true. And like, that's the nugget I saved. So 2 years later, it's like, why is this? And it's like, oh, I can't remember, but I do remember that at one point I looked into it and I found a compelling argument.
And that's such a debate Andy thing to be like, oh, you don't have the stats memorized like I do because I just looked at it 4 seconds ago. Then you definitely have no justification.
Exactly. It's like bruh,
give me 3 hours and I'll
go find it again.
Yeah. Anyway, so all of the information in all these sports productions, there's so much like information. There's like RFID trackers in the shoulder pads of the football players, so that's how like they can put the Madden like circle underneath the running back.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Like all of that shit. It's literally they're using multiple cameras what they're effectively doing is they're creating in 3D space what is effectively like Unity 3D renderer of like the players.
It's almost like a big uber bare bones like mocap studio. They have cameras everywhere, they have sensors everywhere, and they're capturing as much data as they can off the field.
Yeah, so like they know the angle of the field relative to the camera. So like if the camera's panning, the software will know like how where the camera's placed in space, where it's moving, where the vector is, how that's relative to like the angle of the line on the field.
Yeah.
And then they basically have to put it, because it's really fascinating and it's something I never thought about. Well, I did actually think about, but then like promptly forgot how cool it was because I haven't watched football in forever. But like how they put the line under the feet of the players, but above the grass.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck,
dude,
right?
Yeah.
But imagine a future
okay,
where sports production is effectively like a service, like an API.
Oh.
And people like you and I, imagine that like ABC no longer has contract to the NFL or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
Now it's a platform that like I can pay $500 a month to get that information, just like a Google API or the Twitter API. And they're sending me the raw data and I could use my own. It's almost like people could skin. Some people might make it look like a fucking video game. Some people might. Imagine a full on just fucking like sports. The production is now similar, almost kind of like, this is like the most complicated version of like, remember Winamp skins back in the day?
Yeah.
How like you have an audio player and it was just basically like a GUI on top of the music with like visualizers and whatever. Effectively that. Like imagine some sick streamer, has like this crazy setup and with all this VFX stuff, and he can basically have him and other people like live streaming like sporting event, showing it in a way that has effects, that has sound, like all of that stuff is done.
That's very, because like basically to extend the analogy that I said before, that's like the difference between like watching, I don't know, like the Avengers movie or getting the raw like mocapped footage, and then you can make it Hello Kitty or Avengers or this. Like imagine Disney licenses it and you can watch like the NFL, but it's all like Marvel characters skinned out doing some shit because they're just receiving the information. That's a super fascinating. And then you could just like license it out.
Yeah, and then think about like
that's
esports with like CS:GO, how you can open up like the live kind of viewer and you're in like the like what's it called, spectator mode.
Yeah.
Move the camera. Like they have that shit now where they're basically like providing an interactive thing like live, where basically like you can move the camera around. But so imagine if like, dude, that would just be a really interesting way to like see competition, because now there's no competition. There's like one fucking service that's just streaming. They've got fucking John Madden's ghost like commenting on fucking whatever. Oh god, someone's gonna make an AI John Madden. Oh god. No, but like imagine now it would be like people have the ability to compete for what would be the most entertaining, most visually appealing. Imagine having a fucking play, and like the camera could like run behind, like over the shoulder of the running back. Because that shit is happening now. Like they literally have those full scenes where they're recording the video from so many different angles, and then it effectively gets all rendered down. So you could have like the actual players inside of like a virtual stadium with fucking flames and shit, like whatever. I don't know. The fact is that like I can't think of any amazing things right now, but all I know is that like the sky's the limit.
Oh yeah.
Would be able to come up with some incredible shit.
For sure.
And I just feel like it's inevitable that like there's going to be a bespoke feed with like skins on top of it in the future, because sports is ultimately, people are going to be like Sick
Yeah.
of the same old sports that we've been looking at forever, where it's just two old guys in front of a microphone and 8 million commercials in between.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It'll be the first use for it will be to make the commercials on the field. Like they'll skin one team in like Mountain Dew. You know what I mean? The Mountain Dew jerseys. This game brought to you by Mountain Dew. That would be insane.
And then, oh my god, like me and you would fucking there would be the podcast fucking NFL Jets stream or whatever, and we'd be getting paid $50,000 because we'd have so many viewers that like, you know, Nesquik was like, we want to put the Nesquik logo on the 50-yard line, and every time they score, it explodes in like a chocolate milk fountain.
Yes, bro. Holy.
I'm just saying, I've got the best ideas.
He's got the
Everyone
best
talks
ideas.
about my ideas.
That is like, we've talked about robot sports a lot, weirdly enough, but that's an interesting thing because like, think about how every 5 years, you know what I mean? Every 5-10 years in sports, how much additional information we're gathering now, how many more high-speed cameras, how many more, like you said, like stats or things that can pop up on the field, how many more cameras, RFID, like you said, RFID tech and the shoulder pads. 20 years ago, we weren't using that, but now we are. It's like, so what's the end game? At what point do you have like, basically a motion capture studio the size of a football field? And then at what point can you just like stream out all that insane data to somebody else? Like that would be crazy, bro. I had never thought about that, but it makes sense.
Yeah, dude. One of the videos I saw another video, and then I ended up watching after that. When I started to think about this and started to look around, I found the Corridor crew.
Okay, yeah.
Guys, they did a video called "The Hidden VFX in Live Sports," and I was like, "Yeah, man, this is going to be like a platform at some point." But like, dude, just all of this stuff that has all of that like live.
Yeah, dude.
That's all literally based on. That's based on the fucking cameras and all the actual data, dude.
Like that
this
kind of
is live.
stuff is crazy.
Like it's one thing to do this in post.
Yes.
It's another thing
to do it live
based on actual data rather than like manually, you know, like you could manually fucking keyframe like this shit or whatever, but like
that. Yeah.
Oh my god, can you just imagine how sick this would be, dude? If like you had, oh my god, I feel like, oh, like that's a chocolate
yo, that's the Yoo-hoo.
I didn't see that part before. Yeah, I didn't watch this whole video, but yeah, this is the thing I was talking about, dude. Like imagine like when you see something like this, the sky to me is the limit. What they could do to make like this stuff entertaining at a whole other level. Imagine like pausing it and then like zooming in and rotating around the ball and do the buzzer beater shot. You just pause it and you're like, look at the camera, look at the way the ball's going. You're like, is the ball gonna go in? Yes or no? You know, like, oh my god. Because dude, all I've been thinking about, because I've been watching fucking the WNBA, me and the wife got into the WNBA, is how much of the time spent watching is boring bullshit.
Yeah.
All the time, there's a timeout, there's a halftime,
foul.
2 seconds into the fucking, there's a foul, then they gotta challenge it, then it's like, fuck, dude.
Play the game.
I just, like, literally, you know, I'm in bed, the laptop, I got my wife's laptop like on my lap, and she's, you know, just like snuggled in, and we're watching, and it's like, there's a timeout, and I'm like, grab my laptop and like play a game of chess, like literally play a bullet game of chess, because I'm like, I can't just sit here and listen and watch the same State Farm commercial again. I can't fucking do it. I can't do it. I just tune out, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But like, you could hold my attention if you did some other shit other than just corporate advertising.
Yeah.
You know,
dude.
Oh, dude, it could be incredible.
That feels like it's coming. The future is now.
TM. You do this in the future, you owe me money.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
This podcast is me writing it down and mailing it to myself.
Yes.
Okay?
My intellectual property. I can license it to you if you want for a very small fee. Very small fee. I love it. I freaking love it. Have you heard of the Savannah Bananas?
Yes, I just saw a video about them. I just saw a video. Yeah, Dude, it's so funny you brought that up because I watched a video on them, and then I randomly like opened up my laptop and it was like paused halfway through, and Meg was like, "Oh, is that the video where the guy did the thing?" I'm like, "You know about this?" Because it's the first time I had heard of them. They're basically like the Harlem Globetrotters
Of baseball.
of like the baseball world.
Kind of, yeah.
I saw a video that was basically like one of the guys, his name was like Coach something or other, basically like went undercover at the tryouts.
Oh,
He had like a morph suit with like he almost kind of acted like Vessel, like with the black
okay, yeah,
robe
yeah.
and everything. And he was like doing backflip catches in the fucking in the outfield and stuff, and no one knew it was him until the very end.
Yeah,
but yeah.
They do like backflip catches and weird throws. They do like dances and also it's a show, like it's entertainment.
Yeah.
But they are really playing, and it spawned like a couple of other teams that do it now too. Like there's a pink team, I don't remember what they're called. Anyways,
Isn't there a whole league? I assumed that there was a whole league.
It's not a whole league. This is one of those things where at one point I knew this information, and all I remembered is that at one point I knew this information. But they're not like playing MLB teams, but they're not in their like own league. I don't know if they play teams that like are training or what. They do play some other teams now that are like goofy teams like them, but they are playing real baseball. Like when they're playing the games, they are playing actual games. They are trying to win. It's not like
AAA or something.
It's not like WWE where it's like fake. Like they are playing baseball games. But it's cool. They're huge now. They're like selling out MLB like stadiums and arenas and stuff like that. The tickets are $15. And they've never, like, the dude is like, I'm never raising the prices. They're like $15. Like yeah, I mean it's definitely a show first, but it's not scripted is what I'm trying to say.
Who are they playing?
I don't know. I'm sure the answer's out there. I knew it at one point. I don't know anything about baseball. I've never watched a baseball game in my life intentionally. But
who do the Savannah Bananas play against? Did I type in who do the SAV and it auto-corrected Savannah Bananas play against?
Yeah.
The Party Animals, the Firefighters, and the Texas Tailgaters.
Yeah, the Party Animals.
As a part of the Banana Ball World Tour, which functions similarly to Harlem Globetrotters exhibition games. Gotcha.
They play college teams, what people are saying. Now that there's like other teams, like those 4 teams are all the ones that are basically them, but they started it. I went to a Savannah Bananas game where because I lived in South Carolina and south of South Carolina. So Savannah was like 45 minutes away. We used to go to Savannah all the time. I went to a Savannah Banana games with my boss and my wife, and there were like 200 people there. Like this was before they were like it was a local thing. It was like a local thing. We were like, oh yeah, like we'll go check them out. This looks funny. Like that nobody knew. And now Mr. Beast came to one of their games and did a video with them. They were on Jimmy Fallon. My best, like one of my like top 5 best friends of all time, IRL, now is on it's their dad bod squad. Where like it's basically their cheerleaders, but it's just like 5 dudes that are all built like Jack Black, basically. Like and they just like do dances and they hype and they cheer and they go into the stands and they go with the crowds. And so like one of my like IRL best friends is on the dad bod squad and he like travels with them. He's traveling all over the world, different countries. He was on Jimmy Fallon with them. It's so sick. It's so sick.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah, the Savannah Bananas, they're a sensation. A sensation. But it's pretty cool.
Huh.
Yep.
Interesting. Well, that's all I got about sports.
Sports ball. Yes. Well, we got like a little bit of gaming news and gaming things, but before we hop into that, some Tarkov, some Arena Breakout, I do want to take a quick second and thank the sponsor for this episode, and that is Factor. You know, black screen.
Wah, wah, wah.
The big reveal. There it is. Factor. You know them, you love them. We've worked with them a lot in the past. It's fall. Fall is a big shift in the schedule, whether it's kids going back to work, whether it's your schedule kind of getting normal, whether it's like holidays about to pick up and traveling start to happening. A lot of stuff is going on in the fall. And if you're looking for meals that are ready to eat, you don't even have to cook them. All you got to do is heat them up. Ready to eat meals, chef prepared. then Factor is for you. As always, my favorite thing about Factor is the agency that you have and the choices. So you're not like signing up for 6 years of like 12 meals a week. You pick how many meals you want a week, and you can literally just go to the next week and say, I want half as many the next week or twice as many the next week, right? Every week you get to pick how many you want. You get to pick what you want. The more you do it, the more it kind of knows what you like. So if you don't want to have to pick every week, it's going to send you some stuff that you're probably going to like, but you can go in. There's an insane amount of options. So if you want, no seafood, or if you want seafood, if you want, extra protein, if you want low calorie, it's all there for you. They've expanded their like Asian inspired meals. Now they have meals inspired from China, Thailand, and all over, which is sick because I love Asian food. It's all up to you. The world is your oyster, literally. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it hits all the things that I need for me. I don't really want to spend much time cooking until I get my new house.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend much time cooking, and I'm a super picky eater. And this, in a way, it not only does it like accommodate me with like not tons of not crazy bizarre meals that like I wouldn't be into because I'm a picky eater, but at the same time it also has just enough to like take me out of my comfort zone a little bit. Like I would never have eaten, it was like a shredded chicken and like spinach pesto tortellini, I think it was. I'm not like a spinach person. I just would have skipped over that in the menu. But we had it. I was super hungry. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this. And it was fantastic. Taking me out of my comfort zone, making me eat like an adult.
Yep.
You know, it's not dinosaur nuggies tonight.
And mac and cheese.
It's
and
genuinely
Paw Patrol mac and cheese. No, it's awesome. So there's more variety, more meals. They have premium options. You can literally get like salmon and shrimp. They have, once again, if you're on a diet, if you're trying to hit like a protein goal, if you're trying to hit a calorie goal, they have all that stuff for you. It's all up to you to decide what you like. And 97% of customers say that Factor helped them live a healthier life because the meals are balanced, chef prepared, right? It's not just like chefs actually create the menu and the portions and the sizing. So it's enough to fill you up, but you don't overeat. There's a balance of carbs and protein. There's vegetables. It's great. So we love Factor. You can eat smart at factormeals.com/pogcast50 off and use code pogcast50 off. I can speak to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code pogcast50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchases. Thank you to Factor for sponsoring this episode. So not a whole lot is going on in the Tarky landscape. They are at I believe, the Tokyo Game Show right now. Nikita's there. There seems to be a lot of cool swag and a lot of cool stuff. At the PAX West, that's when the Tarkov people got to play Terminal, and we haven't had any of those like juicy leaks. We were expecting something.
I hate that it's called Terminal because there's another fucking FPS game that has a map called Terminal.
Oh yeah. Another dude. It's all the same. When my wife, she's always like, "What game are you talking about?" Tarkov, Arena, Breakout, Delta Force. It's just like, she's like, it's all the same. Gray Zone, Warfare, Modern Warfare. Like, I'm like, okay, I kind of get it if you're not like,
Dog, I can't follow, and I do this for a living.
Yeah. So we haven't seen any juicy leaks come out of that. Some cool swag and stuff I wish I could get. I'm scrolling because I'm trying to think. They did once again even more like like hardcore adjustments. Oh yeah, you can put money in your butt now. Thank God. 6 months later or however. This just felt like the longest wipe ever, and it's only been out for like 2 months. It's crazy. But they're doing that. They're obviously like, I don't even really hold it against them that they're not doing a whole lot to the game right now. They're obviously like gearing up for 1.0, which is totally fine. I played Tarkov the one time this week, and it was cinema. It was like pure cinema. It was like the first raid, and this is going to be a throwback even for you. This bullshit is still in the game. The first raid I played, I hadn't played Tarkov in like a week because I played a lot of active matter last week. I was playing Arena Breakout. I hopped into some Tarkov. First raid, shoreline, go to cottages. I hear Sanitar. Sanitar's beaming me. They're throwing nades at me. I'm like, I made a joke. I was like, have a taste of your own medicine. I prep a nade. I throw an M67 out the window. And then 3 seconds later, it blows up inside and I die. And we frame by framed that shit. And remember it used to be you would throw the grenade out the window and then it would appear on the floor. Like the server and client would reconcile and the grenade would just magically appear on the floor. And if you watch the clip back, you could see it. That didn't happen. It literally just it just blew up and I died. And I was like, that bug has been in the game since like 2020, bro. It's crazy. Then it was like 4. And then after that, it was 4 raids in a row of me dying off spawn on shoreline, like sub 20 seconds into the raid. So then I was like, you know what? Shoreline's not the map. Let's go streets. And then I died to a dude, ratting the marked room or whatever. And then I did another raid and I got a kill and I died. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to go play the finals. It was cinema. It was pure cinema. It was crazy. And to be fair, some of that is for sure skill issue. Honestly, some of it is okay, I shouldn't have just ran towards the resort off a spawn, but I just I don't have any fucks left to play smart. So it's almost like that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like I need other things to chomp on, because when you're learning something, you take it really seriously. And so there's some amount of it is for sure just Tarkov bullshit, but some amount of it is just straight up skill issues. I just can't be bothered to try very hard right now, because what am I doing? You know what I mean?
Bro, the right way to play, the optimal way to play is not, for 98% of the people out there, it's not fun or entertaining.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
To say it's a skill issue, it's like you're...
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. It is true that the minute I slow down, somebody, and it always ends up typing, "Why are we ratting?" And I'm like, brother, because I've died 72 raids in a row and I just want to live. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So I haven't been playing a whole lot of Tarkov. We've been just kind of chilling. A lot of the hardcore wipe stuff most of it's gone. Some of it's still in the game. Man, it really is just I don't know. Tarkov's in an interesting spot. But, dude, weirdly enough, my freaking, I still can't believe how much I've been enjoying Arena Breakout Infinite. Dude, it's so crazy. I was never a hater of it. I didn't care, but for a year and a half, I have had zero interest in playing it. I was that's why I like Delta Force, because I was Arena Breakout is almost too similar to Tarkov. Why would I want to play that? I would just play Tarkov. Yeah. The new season came out. I've been super disenfranchised with Tarkov. I was just please give me something else to play. And I can't believe how much fun I've been having with that game. I'm addicted. It's crazy, bro. That game is so fun. So dude, it's been wild. It just has so much quality of life. And I mean, we talked about it last week. It has done a good job of over time making itself distinct from Tarkov. At the time of launch, it wasn't, but it's done a good job of just making itself distinct. The PvP is really fun. There's a really high focus on PvP. The come-ups are crazy, finding red items, finding items that are worth a ton of money, trying to get out with them. The losses are insane. I lost 3 million whatever, Cohen in 2 raids because I was trying to like juice up and bring in some Chad gear, and I got like a 1-tap 3 raids in a row. Like, I don't know, man. It's fun. It's a fun.
Dude, I still need to. I cannot, like, for the life of me, even picture what the game like looks like. Like, I don't think I've watched more than 3 minutes ever.
I mean, that makes sense because I
should,
think
like, watch.
I think it came out after you had put Tarkov down.
Yeah, it's like you break up with a tough relationship. Like, I'm not interested in dating at the moment.
Yeah,
basically is the way that I felt. I'm like, I just don't fucking care about any shooter games whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then it like died off. And then like I still haven't really gotten interested in it, but I think there's been like a resurgence in some of these games. And
so 100%. There's like ABI is ABI is crushing like right now. So for the last 18 months, it hasn't been on Steam. So whatever its player base is, nobody knew because it was their own launcher. A week and a half ago, it came out on Steam. They've hit a peak of 60,000 players, 24-hour peak of 50,000 players. There's 40,000 people playing right now. I would imagine, like, I have no idea how many are playing on the launcher still or whatever, but there's a resurgence, man. Like, Summit's been playing it a ton. Like, he pulled like a 14-hour all-nighter stream playing that game, not sponsored. A lot of people have been playing it. Like I said, a lot of like the old Tarkov chads have been playing it. And dude, I really can't, like, the most surprising thing, the most surprising thing is how much I enjoyed it. The second most surprising thing is the reaction from chat. I was really gearing up for like another couple of days of like, oh my God, I can't believe you're playing this garbage ass game they stole from Tarkov. And dude, it has been all day, every day. Oh my God, I'm so glad you're finally playing this. This is so much fun. I'm having so much fun playing this game. And I'm like, I see why now. Like, the community sentiment has shifted so much. And dude, it's just, it's just fun. Now, it's still an extraction shooter, right? It's still like, to a certain extent, it's still a bullshit simulator, right? You gear up, you get your tier 5 armor, your tier 5 helmet, your tier 4 face shield, you bring some red ammo, your kit's worth $1 million, and you get 1-tapped, right? Like, it's still like a smash your desk, like, fuck, you know what I mean? Like, it's still no, I can't, that didn't pen, I shot him 6 times. Like, it's still all that. But that's kind of what we had always been saying, was that tension and frustration and, you still slamming your desk and going, this game sucks. That's the healthy part of the friction of an extraction shooter. And like, hey, you used to need 2 motors for this. Now you need 12. Is the AIDS side. And it's so hard to explain that when like the Tarkov stands, the guys that will just like, that was like, the struggle is the point, man. And it's like, yeah, you don't realize how right and wrong you are at the same time. And it's just impossible to unpack that. So it's like in Arena Breakout, where you're still like, I'm still like yelling. I'm still like, how did that guy not die? I'm doing all that stuff. But it feels like almost old Tarkov, where the game doesn't get in my way. So those friction points are the only friction points. When you wait 12 minutes to get into a streets raid, and then see somebody and shoot them and they don't die, and then you're freaking out, and then the game bugs out when you die, so you have to Alt F4 and then relog the game, and then while you're kitting up, the gunsmith thing breaks, so you have to go back and rebuild the gun, and then you go to the flea market to buy the thing, and the flea market isn't accurately representing what's from the trader, so you do and then now you have to go back and you have to go to the trader and this, and then your hide up, and then this, and then you have to wait 12, it's like, that's when the, oh my God, I shot him 10 times and he didn't die, gets to like the new level of frustrating, because that guy not dying there means you have to deal with 11 minutes of bullshit before you get to see another human and shoot at them. In ABI, there have been times where from the minute I click go when we're ready, we are in the raid in less than 30 seconds. I am moving my character in less than 30 seconds. And I can gear up with 2 buttons. There's a button in the bottom left if I'm dead, if I die, that says configure gear. And from there, I'll click on gun, and it shows me all the guns I have made in my stash, and from there, all the guns in the game. So I could just like click that one and buy it. If I click helmet, it shows me all the helmets I have in my stash, and right below that, it's all the helmets on the flea market. So if I just want to buy one from there, I don't have to go back and then go to the market and then buy the helmet, then click. And so you can gear up your gear, and then there's another button that says configure items. And from this one screen, I can buy magazines, ammo. When you buy the ammo, it automatically fills the magazines, all consumables, all meds, all foods, all grenades from one screen. So it's like I can die, click 2 buttons, be fully geared up, click go, and be moving in the raid in less than 30 seconds. So when you are like, oh my God, I can't believe that guy didn't die, you just forget about it 2 minutes later because you're back in the raid and you're having fun again. You know what I mean?
Sounds like the dream.
My wife was asking. My wife. I've been so good about catching him too. She was like, she knows how excited I am for Arc Raiders because I've been talking her ear off about it for like 6 months now. But she asked the question. She was like, "What?" And a little bit of this applies to ABI even. But she was like, "I don't quite get like why. Like why? Like it's another extraction shooter. Isn't this just going to be just as annoying or whatever?" And I used this analogy, and then I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I hadn't said that earlier." But I was like,
I love analogies.
Yeah, I was like, and maybe it's not as good of an analogy as it seems. Me and her used to work at Chick-fil-A together. We used to work at fast food restaurant. Like we worked
Hell
at the
yeah,
same
I
time.
had Chick-fil-A for lunch yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
So insert any fast food restaurant, but imagine a guy opens a fast food restaurant and he's serving food like nobody's serving, and people are loving it. Okay,
So like Five Guys.
Nobody's serving this food. Yeah, people are loving it. Oh my God! And he walks out, and the line for the drive-through is wrapped around the building. Right, it's like 40-minute wait to get your food, but people are waiting in line. It's like that owner looked at that and went, "Whoa, people must love coming here because they love sitting in line." What we should do is we should slow down the output of food because then the line will be longer, and that's what people love. And she goes, "Okay." And I was like, now across the street, a new restaurant opens. And that owner goes, "No, people love coming here because they love the food. Let's make everything faster so more people can get more food quicker and they can just be here doing what they love, which is eating our food."
Why would you be more excited about that?
I was like, exactly. I was like, that's what happened. And then it clicked. I was like, dude, that is exactly, like, I wish I had that thought because I would have put it in my video. But BSG, I think to a certain degree, they put out a buggy, unoptimized mess of a game. And people loved it because it was new. It was new food. And I think at some point, someone went, they love it because it's fucking ass. It's AIDS. They love it because everything is a struggle and everything is hard and everything. So let's make it stupider. Let's make it harder.
Bro,
and they just made the drive-through line longer, bro.
It's even worse than the experience. It's even worse than what you just said, because I'll extend your analogy one step further.
Please.
60% of the customers that go to the original place have convinced themselves that they love the line too.
Yes.
And that you actually like it because of the line.
Yes.
And if you, why you don't even like the food, bro. If you're not willing to sit in line, you must not like the food, man. It's part of the experience, bro, that we pay extra for that.
Yeah.
My dude, I buy the food and I pay a monthly fee.
Yeah.
And I got the Edge of Dankness Burger King Edition.
The Edge of Dankness Burger King Edition. Yes. 100%. And so she was like, "Oh, yeah, okay, I get it." And I was like, yeah. I was like, games like Arc Raiders have been purpose-built around the experience it wants you to provide. Tarkov was a game that accidentally, to a certain degree, provided a certain experience. It wasn't supposed to be instance raids. It was supposed to be open world. It wasn't supposed, like, all this kind of stuff, right? That we've said before. They kind of accidentally, but I don't want to take anything away from them. They created the extraction shooter genre. They just didn't purpose build Tarkov around creating that feeling. They were trying to make a cool game, and they were kind of piecing it together, and then they created that feeling. But they didn't understand what parts of it, you know what I mean? They couldn't separate, they couldn't sift the wheat from the chaff. They couldn't see that, like, oh, the tension and the stress and the fear and the frustration of dying and losing everything, that frustration, that's good frustration. Having to click 673,000 times to build a gun, that's not good frustration. They just saw it all as like the struggle, you know what I mean? And Arc Raiders is a game purpose built around, this is what we want you to feel while you're playing the game. And the AI and the environment and the PvP and the tools at your disposal and the weapons and the graphic, and it all supports a crystal clear pipeline of you spending as much time in that tension, in that dynamic range. I died. I lost my quest item. I have the key. I got this key. Oh my God, there was this crazy thing in there. That's what extraction shooter are. That dynamic range of like dying 17 raids in a row, and you're poor, and then you do a budget kit and you come out huge. And it's purpose built. Every layer of the game pushes you towards just being in that experience. And Arena Breakout was a game that started by just copying everything Tarkov did, and then over time bending towards that direction. So a year ago when I played, I was like, this is bullshit. Why would I play this when I just play Tarkov? It's the same. But they spent a year and a half going, well, actually, what if we added more things and more systems and made this even less friction so that you could spend more time? You know what I mean? So it's like,
and they weren't married to the like hardcore experience promises that they like had set out. Like they didn't have any like promises or expectations. They could just do what was right for the experience above and beyond. Bro, literally my mind was racing right as after you said that analogy. And I like literally walked through kind of a similar tangential analogy in my head. And if the TV show Severance hadn't existed, I would have just invented it in my head. I was literally just thinking about, like, imagine if you could go to the gym, like, because some people like working out, some people like the pain, and I back when I was actually like in decent shape in college, when I gave a fuck, I never liked going to the gym. I liked the feeling like 2 weeks after and having like there be results.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
And like just feeling better in general, but like I don't enjoy the 45 minutes or an hour I'm at the gym. And I was just thinking about going into the gym. If you could just imagine a gym that like put you to sleep and you woke up and you were done. I'm like, wait a minute, that's Severance.
That's freaking Severance, bro.
Dude, you also said, you said, and I quote, I went to my wife and I was like, dude, and then you said something. Do you suffer the same thing I do, where like my wife is there and I'm like, dude, you gotta, and she's like, I'm like, dude, I'm like, fuck,
bro. Yeah.
I haven't called her chat. Thank Christ.
Dude, I have called my family. Now, I wasn't like, my both of my sons are sitting there and my wife, and we're about to go do something. And I was like, all right, chat. And I was like, nobody say a word. Like, you know what I mean? My wife was like, you idiot.
Your kids are probably like, yo, our dad's cool now. Our dad's actually cool.
Bro.
Because isn't that like a thing where people say like,
yeah, if they were like a couple years older, chat is like a thing. But I unironically accidentally called my family chat, and I was like, I am cooked, bro. But I do call my wife dude and bro all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I say dude and bro, and it's
yeah. But yeah, so it's like that is it. Oh yeah, and I was gonna read this comment from chat. So, somebody said, "Hot take." Even if
your family. Oh, sorry. I just I had to clarify because they're the same thing.
You son of a bitch.
I don't have enough disdain for my wife that I could ever accidentally call her chat. There's too much connotation.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Somebody said a hot take, even if Tarkov adds these quality of life features and fixes matching times, it will still be hot spaghetti garbage. We will not feel satisfied because it will still be too clunky. Yes, and that's the point, is that like people see the fun that people are having in Arena Breakout, and they associate that only to the quality of life features. And that's the like the end of it. That's the last layer of the onion, and nobody's talking about the first layer of the onion, which is that like I agree. If they just took every quality of life feature from Arena Breakout Infinite and shoved it into Tarkov wouldn't be good, because the foundation of what makes, because we talk about this, Tarkov was good before even the quality of life features we have now, right?
Yeah.
It's that they've, however you want to interpret it, intentionally, unintentionally, maliciously, accidentally, however you want to interpret it, in my opinion, just made the core fundamental experience of their own game worse and not prioritize quality of life. So it's like, I agree, but it's not like, I agree that if they just added all these quality of life features, it wouldn't work. But it's like, but that is the point I'm saying. Like, that is the point of my argument, is that they don't understand the core of it. They don't get the genre that they created, and they can't decipher. Yeah. They're not doing, it's like, the point isn't they're not adding quality of life features. The point is they're not adding quality of life features because they can't determine what parts of the game are supposed to be frustrating and what parts of the game are not. Like, the reason they're not adding the quality of life features is why the game is bad. So if they just shoehorned them in, it wouldn't feel good. You know what I mean? Because it's like the surrounding gameplay is bad. And in some of these other games, it's a lot more intentional and purpose-built. I was having the same conversation where like somebody was like, yeah, I get what you're saying. And then they ruined it by taking all the suggestions from like streamers and Reddit and this, that, and the other. And I was like, once again, you're missing the forest for the trees. Yeah, sure. Maybe there have been a few suggestions they took from the community that you disagree with and you say that they ruined the game. But they were only taking those suggestions from the community because they didn't get it. They didn't understand. They don't know. So it's like, so once again, your frustration shouldn't be with Clean or with Veritas or with Pestily because they said that they wanted something for the game and then BSG added it in. BSG added it in and they were looking for those suggestions because they don't get it. They don't know what to do. So I was like, assuming what you said is true, that like all these suggestions ruin the game, which I would argue it is absolutely not what happened. You have to go one layer deeper into the onion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what we're starting to see with when they're adding. Like, once again, to me, it's no coincidence that 70% of all the total quality of life changes that have been added to Escape from Tarkov in its entire history have come since Arena Breakout Infinite release. Like, I mean, coincidence? I think not. But there are a lot of those things where like they added the quality of life thing and you're like, okay, yeah, no, this is cool. But you can almost like immediately see where it's like, why didn't they do it this way? And it's because they're just kind of like shoehorning them in because now they're just like, oh, I guess that's what they want, quality of life. And so it's just, yeah. So anyways, that was a whole like diatribe on what, like that was another thing that unlocked. It was like, oh yeah, they're here for the drive-through line. And that's not why we're here. That's not why we're here. And so Arena Breakout is fun and it's very different and it's just PvP. Like all the quests, there's no soft skills to level. There's not like they added kind of like a hideout thing, but it's not like, oh my God, I found this motor and I've been looking for this motor for forever. It's not like RNG and like I'm just like filing cabinet after filing cabinet after filing cabinet looking for this thing. And I'm not saying that's bad. I actually kind of like that Tarkov is almost more of like an RPG first-person shooter, but Arena Breakout. It's just PvP and loot. It's all about the come up. It's all just about big number go up, and then you spend all of that money on red ammo, and then you lose it, and you get one tapped, and now you want to freaking grind up again. So it's been it's been fun. It's been fun. I've been thoroughly enjoying it.
Dude, you should have heard my rant yesterday.
Yeah,
I was malding so much playing Path of Exile 2. I said the words. Mark my words, chat. Battlestate Games and Escape from Tarkov is a better game, is a better designed game than Path of Exile.
Oh my god. It must have been bad. It must have been real bad, bro.
And you say things
you don't mean.
Oh, brother.
My god. Oh my
I
god.
was mad. Dude.
How could you?
Oh god. And genuinely, like this whole thing kind of ultimately came down to I mean, there's so many different elements to this, but ultimately, it wasn't a how would you say this? It wasn't a skill issue. It was a build issue plus issues with the game.
Okay.
Like genuine criticisms. There was blame to be had everywhere. But dude, I got to show you a couple of things. First of all, I switched the renderer in the game from whatever the fuck else it was to like Vulkan.
Okay.
Remember how I was saying I was getting like freezes?
Oh yeah.
It was getting to the point where like I was
Yeah,
it was just getting really, really, really painful. I switched to Vulkan and like 90% of them went away, but there's still, I actually don't know if they're the same kind of freezes, because now what happens is it like you like I'm like halfway through an animation and I stop, but like all the effects are still animating and I can like zoom the camera in and out, but like nothing's moving. So it's not like it's like locked up.
It's just like paused.
I think it might be the like server.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like you're like connected, but also if you hit escape, you can like pause the game unless there's other people in the game. I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
If you're just alone, it's effectively like a single player instance. So it is nice to be able to like effectively pause.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been experiencing some kind of issues, and it's always when like, you know, I go up to this thing that when you open it, it spawns like a crazy elite mob with like 20,000 mobs around it. And it's like, I hit that and I go to like attack and it's like, and I'm just waiting. All of a sudden, and I'm just dead. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because after I think level 75, maybe 70, I don't remember the details, you lose 10% of your progress to the next level.
Oh.
When you die.
Can that de-level you, or does it just like
it
just
floors?
Yeah, floors. Yeah, okay.
But like, so I was at level 85 all day yesterday, all day the day before, and then for most of the day today, I would progress, come across one enemy, would die, respawn, instantly go through the portal, die, respawn, instantly go through the portal, die, respawn, instantly go through the portal, die, respawn. It's like, oh, there's 8 hours of my time I just lost.
Yeah.
And then it was like, one enemy, die. Dude, and it was like, and you know that massive kind of passive tree that PoE has? Every level you get one point for your passive.
Okay.
And now it's not a skill tree. It's a passive tree. So like, you know, this node right here might be like 5 strength. Right? So it's like you level up and you get, you know, 5 strength. There are others that are like, you know, a lot more, you know, damage, like all kinds of crazy, really good things, right?
That's so much.
But
and you only get 1 point per level?
Only get 1 point per level. Now here's the thing. The way you can kind of I'm oversimplifying it, but the way that you can kind of think about it is like you start like here as a monk.
Yeah.
And like this part of the tree is like, it's almost kind of like dexterity. It's really hard to explain, but it's almost like this is like dexterity.
Yeah.
And this might be like strength.
Yeah.
And I actually don't know the details for the other classes or where's where, but basically like it is a lot less complicated than it looks.
Okay.
You will never like, I'll never use any of these nodes as a monk.
Gotcha.
I'll only ever basically stay within like this kind of like triangle.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it just gets to the point where it's like, okay, I spend all day long just to get like 1 point.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool. It's going to take me 4 days to get to this one that I want. Anyway, so that's just like really frustrating when there's problems and you die and you lose something.
Yeah.
Which is part of what makes Tarkov so painful.
Yeah.
Is when you lose, you feel like you have lost something.
Yeah.
With Tarkov, it's like your time and your gear.
Yep.
But like, it got to the point where I got more frustrated with the loss of my time because I didn't give a fuck about gear towards the end. I think you're pretty much the same way. Like, I just don't want my time wasted. Yep. So a bunch of times I ran into issues where I was dying because of freezes. There's another thing that is really common. So there was an issue with my build that I basically took like 2 hours, and I literally replaced my armor. So you have a helmet, body armor, gloves, boots, belt, ring, amulet, and then like a few other things that you can put that are like sockets into all of those things and whatever, and then all the passive skill. And I had like not like massive upgrades, but I upgraded my armor, my amulet, and 2 rings.
Okay.
And it made my build go from, I'll just say, not working to trivially, like I'm like rolling through shit.
Gotcha.
And the problem when I say not working, what I mean is 93% of the time, I'm rolling through and I'm going, I'm holding down right click, and I'm basically just, I'm just like holding down the button and just going through. Now this is actually like really fucking slow. But here's what I'm going to show you is in a moment the problem, which is basically I'm just like not trying. I'm not really close to dying. Not really close. I'm dead.
Yeah.
It's almost like I'm just vibing. I'm chilling. I'm just like, it's very satisfying just mowing down,
for sure.
Giant, just
whole
chilling, holding
enemies,
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, suddenly you like almost hit a wall with one enemy and you're like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden like you can't move, and then your health goes brrr, and it's like, oh, there's an hour of your time, and it's like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
There's a serious problem that I'm sure people say skill issue, and I'm sure people who are veterans will disagree and like, listen, that's fine. I don't care if I'm like a fucking boomer.
Yeah.
I represent some subset of the community. My opinion is valid and subjective as my opinion.
Yeah.
But like there are things, and a lot of this is maybe an ARPG thing.
Okay.
But I don't have. I've played a lot of ARPGs. I've played like 5 ARPGs. But I've never had this particular problem.
Okay.
Where I'm dying regularly and I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like in Tarkov, if you were running and then it just faded to black and it was like you're at your menu, you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
I'm like killing. Suddenly I can't move. Suddenly and I'm dead. It's like, so I have an attack that basically like when I get hit, I generate these charges.
Okay.
And depending on how many charges I have, when I use this one attack, it like multiplies it. Basically, like one shot everything.
Yeah.
When I have like 5 charges. Now, this skill is on a cooldown.
Okay.
So you can only use it, every, I don't know, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. I forget exactly what it is. And a lot of times you press a button and your character will be like, I can't do that. Or like, I'm not ready or whatever, right? Like that's the kind of the way to tell you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always do that depending on the context. And a lot of times, like, you're doing you know, you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different skills that you're, you know, pressing.
Yeah.
It's like fucking not quite like WoW level hotkey shit, but you know, you're doing a lot at once, and a lot of times there's some amount of like queuing of actions and some amount of but so this was one of the cases that where I'm just killing. All of a sudden, wait. Oh, okay. So I just killed like one of the little bosses of this area.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, cool. I got these fucking. Now I'm done.
Yeah.
I'll go open up these chests. All of a sudden, this guy spawns. I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then here, I'm like spamming the thing, the button.
Okay.
To use the attack that should one-shot him.
Okay.
Like, what's going on? He hits me once. I'm like spamming the heal button. Like, what the fuck is happening? I don't know if you just saw right there. My character just kind of like stops. I'm like, what? Suddenly I'm slow motion.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, what's happening? And then I just
death.
Am dead. And the whole time, what's going through my head is I'm like, okay, one shot. Hello. I'm like, and then there's so much going on, okay?
Yeah.
Because what you have is
lasers and plasma and
what you see up here, these are buffs. This says I have 5 power charges. This says I have 2 combo on this attack that's going to be up for 10 seconds. This I have 1 you know, like 1 you know, charge of these kind of things. I'm not going to get into the details. And then these are debuffs.
Okay.
Now, I haven't been playing PoE for a million years.
Yeah.
Tell me what's happening.
Your spirit aura is obviously turning green because you have minus 50% valor for 1 more second.
I have AIDS. I don't know. Like, you know, so there's that. Okay. So keep in mind that that's all status effects, some of which, like, you can pause, and if you hover over it, it'll give you like a little tooltip.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I actually didn't know until recently. So that particular thing was a skill issue, but I don't know what any of these things are. All I know is that my character isn't moving, or he's moving in slow motion.
Yeah.
Which it also does when the game is fucking freezing or lagging and things are like busted. Now, then there's also the state of your character. So like when you're attacking and then suddenly, see that right there? I just got basically punched.
Yeah.
And I got stunned for a period of time. So I have to be looking at my health.
Yeah.
I have to be looking at my mana. I have to be looking at the buffs and debuffs. I have to be looking at my character. And then I also have to be looking at my skills.
Yeah.
You can see it's hard to see with the fucking Twitch bar in the way, but you see this little cooldown?
Yeah.
It looks like a little clock.
Yep.
And it basically just like spins around.
Yep.
That is the skill that's like the one shot
okay.
kill. Okay. So like at this point, I had just gotten stunned, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what's happening. Do I need to go away? Do I need to run away? Do I need to heal?
Yeah.
Do I have enough charges left? Because then there's also, you have like a healing potion and a mana potion. So you have to figure out, like, do I need to heal? Okay. Yes. Do I have a potion? No. Run away versus, use a skill that can heal or whatever. So I'm doing all of this. I get completely fucking owned. At this point, I'm like, okay, one shot him. Okay. So right there's like these little 5 fucking blue orbs.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the charges. If I press the button, it one-shots him.
Yeah.
And I'm like spamming it. You see me just walking.
Yeah.
I'm just walking left and right, like, hello. And then I'm dead. And of course, that's another 10% off my life.
Yeah.
Now, not to mention the fact that when you're in this zone and you die, you can't go back to it. So any of the like loot that's on the ground, you can't pick up. And part of feeling good at ARPG, like part of it feeling good is rolling through 8 billion mobs, seeing all the shit die, killing everything, and then going back and like picking it all up.
For sure.
So that like the right thing to do is to kill 3 things to pick up the 3 things that dropped, to kill 4 things to pick up the 4 things that dropped. But like,
But
when you're in the
sometimes you just
fucking
want to
zone,
steamroll through the whole thing. Yeah.
yeah, and I'll show you what that looks like afterwards. But I'm like, what happened? Why was my attack not working? Was the game broken? Was my mouse battery died? Is my mouse broken? Was I frozen? Was I stunned? Did I not have mana? Was there a cooldown? Was there some other effect I don't know about?
Yep.
But I just played for the last 20 minutes and never once had like a near-death scare, and then suddenly it's over.
Yeah.
Now, I pull up the replay because I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so keep in mind that you're seeing it only a little smaller than I get to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. But you see this icon, right?
Uh-huh.
Does it look like there's any cooldown on it right now?
No.
Okay. Now notice, you see how it's like a black background with blue iconography, and then there's like this blue line that's like, I don't know, lightning or whatever. So this is the moment where I was spamming.
Oh. Yeah. There is a little bit cooldown left, right?
I'm supposed to see this 3-pixel white line. Like, this is the way that I'm supposed to know.
Yeah.
In the heat of the moment, when I had 4 femtoseconds to look at 19 different visual indicators, that when it's 30 by 30 JPEG, I'm supposed to see that this black here is darker black than this black.
Yeah.
Right? But the numbers covering the line, which is like, it just looks like, it looks almost indistinguishable from this.
Yeah, I thought for a second that meant like 39-second cooldown or whatever. I don't know what the 39.
No, the 39 is it's some, I think it might be a combo.
Okay.
Or something. I forget exactly what the detail is for that. But yeah, I'm like, I have to go back and watch the replay to figure out what the fuck happened every time.
Yeah.
Because I'm constantly doing things, and the only way I can describe it to you is, it's like, imagine if you were playing Mario as a kid, and like mom came over and unplugged a controller, or your friend just unplugged a controller in the middle of like the boss fight.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like when I'm like, I'm in the zone. Suddenly, I'm disconnected. And I'm like, and I just die. And it's like, fuck, I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
It's like when you're playing COD 4 and all of a sudden everything's lagging. Like, I want to be in control of my character. And the extent to which the game is going to remove that control, I need to know why.
Yeah.
And the issue that I've been having, that is the build issue.
Yeah.
And to whatever extent the skill issue, it just basically magnified like a design flaw.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Unless you know what everything means at all times and you're able to look at 700 things instantly at all times. Folks like me, who like take the game relatively seriously, but like they haven't been playing PoE for a decade.
Yeah.
Just don't know why things keep going wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like a really, really frustrating thing. And there's like one boss, like one like mini boss, just like an elite mob, that for the last like 3 days, I'd kill everything, no problem. I'd see this guy, and there would always be like 3 of them that would spawn right on top of each other. And like this one guy would just, I couldn't kill him before he would just go, and I was just dead. Today I ran into an issue where some bosses have like phases.
Yeah.
So like, you go into this area and you get him down to like half health, and then he like runs to the next area and you go chase him down and he gets all big, I got to the point where after I improved my build, I basically one-shotted the guy to the point where it should have killed him, but it was like down to the half health thing.
Yeah.
And then he just got bugged out to the point where he could hurt me, but I couldn't hit him with anything. I was doing no damage, and you're in a boss fight, so you can't like TP out into town.
Yeah.
So you have to go log out and basically like log in directly to your like hideout, which basically means you lose because now I'm in the end game, and the end game is effectively there's a giant map full of, I guess you can say, maps. So like you have this big map.
Okay.
I think I've showed you this before, and you can go to like all these different things. Like this means that there's like a boss fight. This means that there's like some other unique effect and a boss fight.
Yeah.
And when you click on this, you basically have like effectively like a key.
Okay.
So like it's called a waystone, and that will determine like how hard this area is going to be.
Yeah.
And it adds modifiers. So here's an example of just like items. The waystone can have like all these properties, and you can buff them like items and add affixes to them.
Yeah.
So then you basically insert it into the thing, and then there's like a big risk reward.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, okay, the monsters deal a bunch of extra damage. They'll do all this stuff. So like a lot of times you invest resources, things that like a currency, that would effectively be used to like buff your character's gear.
Yeah.
You invest it to buff these things to make him more rewarding. So I basically have to log out. I lose the key, which can be frustrating. I lose all the loot on the ground, which can be frustrating.
Yeah.
So like all of that was just like piling on over and over and over again.
Yeah.
A ton of weird like movement issues, but yeah, dude, like fuck me if I wasn't mauling to the point where I'm like Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov is a better game.
That's insane. Dude. So were you able to say that you did kind of like figure out you figured out at least some of those things, and then you were also able to figure out like unlock kind of your build to a new layer?
Yeah. And it was like night and day. And ultimately the crazy thing is that like this is something that the more experience you get in these particular games, the more you'll get a sense for kind of what the problems are. And the problem is that like there are a lot of really smart people who are really skilled who make build guides. And a lot of the people who make build guides, even if they're incredibly smart and incredibly knowledgeable and incredibly skilled, are dog shit in making tutorials and guides.
Yeah.
Like that's just
because it's hard to, if you've got 50,000 hours in something, it's hard to like
put yourself in the shoes of a new person.
It's hard to explain something without using verbiage or stuff that would then beg more questions. You know what I mean? It's hard to speak to somebody without an assumption of a certain amount of knowledge. And that could, you know what I mean, can be hard for the person you are making the guide for to then understand, because then they just kind of copy paste your build and then kind of regurgitate that as like, that's meta, but they don't understand why, but that's because they were, Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just something that like I haven't really been following, like step by step a guide, but I've been referencing one because like, I don't remember all the different things, and I'm not going to go and memorize the tree and try to find the right pathway. Like there are certain things where it's like, okay, I'm probably going to play PoE for like a month or two or whatever, and then move on to something else. So, but yeah, so many of the guides are just bad and they don't tell you the relevant details.
Yeah.
They just assume that you know, or they assume that you'll somehow like, it's this weird thing where it's like, if you're looking for a guide, chances are you're like not in the upper echelon.
Yeah.
So why are 9 out of 10 guides aimed at like, okay, so you're going to want the 1 out of 100 million items that you're for your belt slot. It's like, if you have one, statistically, you're not looking for a fucking guide because you either grinded for it or you bought it because you're rich in the game because you're that good. Like, it's just weird juxtaposition where it's like, they just assume that everybody who needs guides has 98% of the information, when really it's like, it's that 98% of the information they don't tell you that's actually critical. So I've kind of been like finding out the hard way sort of how this works, but hitting a few thresholds of a few values, and it's really hard to know what's relevant, right? Like if I have 4,000 life, if I have 50% evasion, which means, like half of the hits are gonna miss me.
Yeah.
And I'm oversimplifying this stuff. So
Yeah. Because I'm
Um,
ARPG dumb. So
and I have like all of my resistances to like cold, lightning, and fire damage. They're maxed out, so it's at 75%. When I'm going and I'm killing pretty quickly, and it's okay, and then I die. What's my problem?
yeah. Did you need more freaking frost damage? Did you need more evasion? Did you need more strength? You need more HP?
Yeah, was it
Need more
was
mana
it
regen?
that I got stunned, and that's why then I couldn't. None of my defenses were relevant because I was stunned.
Yeah.
So then what you need is like, your stun threshold, which by default is a fraction of your health pool. But I'm using a skill that makes it so that I have 1 HP, but I use an energy shield, which basically just like it's effectively saying, imagine in Tarkov if it was like your armor is +3 armor, like level 8 plate.
Yeah.
But you've got 1 HP in every limb.
Yeah.
It's basically like the build I'm running now, but I'm immune to like flesh rounds.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So the build I have now is that I'm immune to one of the 4 elements, which is basically chaos damage.
Yeah.
I'm immune to chaos damage, but I have 1 HP. So basically I'm living my shield becomes kind of my life pool.
Yeah.
And I have a belt that makes it so that when I use my healing potion, it actually heals my
shield.
So it's kind of it's a sort of risk reward.
Yeah.
But it's like, but then I wonder, okay, so my stun threshold, it's a function of like my life pool, but now my life pool is 1. So the moment I did that for like 3 days, I was just getting insta stun. And I'm like, I don't understand. I didn't change anything about my stun.
Yeah.
But I had changed over to this new thing. So it took me like a while to figure that out. But is it my evasion? Is my energy shield too low? Is there something fucked up with my with something else that's like canceling out? Today, I discovered one of the things because all of a suddenly, I like was giga struggling. It was struggle bus.
Yeah.
Normally, so like what this is like kind of what it looks like when I'm I'm just literally holding right click and just insta killing everything.
Yeah.
I'm just on autopilot. I'm vibing to fucking drum and bass music, and it's like trivial, right? My health goes down a little bit, it goes, and then it goes right back up.
Yeah.
Right. I see a fucking elite mob, and I just one shot him.
Yeah.
Like this is what I expect to do. So when you do this for an hour, and then you come across one guy that's unkillable, you insta die, and it's like, what happened?
Yeah.
I have no idea. But so this was after I fixed my build. But is it that it could be 7 different defensive things, or it could be a lack of offensive things?
Yeah.
So I drastically increased my attack speed, and maybe increased my shield by like maybe 25%. And you would think that like if I get hit once and it goes poof, and I'm dead, then to me what I think is I could double that amount, and all that would mean is poof, get hit poof, and I'm dead.
Yeah.
So like, do I want to spend a month's worth of resources that I've collected to then buy a piece of armor that will increase that by 20%? Like that doesn't seem worthwhile. But you couple that with something else, you couple that with one other thing.
The synergies seem to go
and then you make it
insane.
so that you're attacking 30% faster, and now I'm killing everything before it gets a chance to hit me.
Yeah.
So the question is, am I more survivable in my defenses? Well, no, I'm just killing things before they can hit me. If I were to stand still and they were to hit me, then I probably would still die.
Yeah.
But there's one skill, dude, that basically it was like all of your skills are gems, and those gems have stats, and you can upgrade the quality of those. So it's like, dude, everything in the game is like an item that can be modified and upgraded.
Yeah.
Your skills, your passive things, your socketables, like the fucking maps you go to, everything.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of genius the way it's all designed, because there's like one concept that you can kind of apply to everything.
Yeah.
But what it did was basically say you have 2 weapon slots, and there are some builds that like have you switch between them. I know what this was like in like Diablo. I don't know the particulars because I've only really played one class in PoE.
Yeah.
But you'd have like your main weapon, and then I remember there was a build I used to play back in Diablo 2 that was you'd switch to your alternate, which was like a weapon you'd never use as a weapon, and like a shield that was not a good shield. But the shield and the weapon, they both had like skills and buffs that made it so that like you can use like war cries to like buff up your health, buff all your skills by one, and then just like switch back to your.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it's just a temporary kind of thing that you would do at the beginning of like every fight. And the same thing can be said. So there's this like 1 and 2.
Uh-huh.
So that's like your second weapon slot. There's a support gem for a skill gem that basically said 20% increased attack speed and 15% less damage if you use number 1. If you're using weapon set 2, it's 20% less speed, 15% more damage.
Okay.
Now, I was like, this build's all about attack speed. You see, I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm going all over the place. And at one point in the middle of one of the days, I don't know when, I would like go to a map and I would just like, I felt like I was in slow motion.
Yeah.
I felt like I was not killing anything and I was dying so much. Apparently the X button is a hotkey to toggle between set 1 and set 2. So by accidentally fat fingering X in a game where there's 900 buttons for 900 skills, I just press X once, and I'm playing a monk that doesn't use a weapon. So I would never know I'm switching between 1 and 2
because there's no like visual indicator.
There's no visual indicator. So I press X, and my build is like suddenly now I'm just like lethargic grandma, insta dying for hours and hours and hours. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And it wasn't until today I'm like, look at my thing, and I see I'm on weapon set 2, and I'm like, no.
That's criminal.
So I literally update my armor and a few other things, but the armor and switching back to weapon set 1, and I'm attacking like twice as fast. And twice as fast is like, imagine an AK that had twice the fire rate.
Yeah.
It would be broken.
Yeah.
So it was like a couple of things plus some bugs plus
a
like easy to make mistake that I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why am I in slow motion? Dude, I was, all that's to say that I was just mauling for the last 2 days. And it took like a lot, dude. Knowing what to do. It's one thing knowing what to do. You can look at a build guide and you can see what you need. Now, like, this is what a build guide looks like, okay?
Yeah.
So, strengths and weaknesses. So now, this is actually really cool in that they provide variants for, like, okay, here's what you want to do between, levels 1 and 23.
Oh.
When you hit 23, that'll unlock this thing and this thing. So then you're going to want to switch to this, and then you're going to want to switch to this, and you're going to want to switch to this, and then... So there's all these different variations.
Yeah.
But like, here's the item you want. These are all of the stats you want on the item.
Yeah.
So there's like 100 possible fucking line items for each thing.
Yeah.
Every time you just like roll a stat, it's a randomly selected thing from a pool. So like the chances of you ever finding an item like this is like next to 0.
Yeah.
So you either have to craft it or you have to buy it. Now, what I'll say is, I have found there's one currency called a divine orb, a div, that is, I've found 3. There are some people who've like, I've played, I don't know, someone earlier said that they've had like multiple level 70 plus characters and they've never seen one before.
Jesus.
When I'm like, okay, so I want to get like this helmet, and I go look and I put these stats into the marketplace and it's like 250 divine orbs. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I just can't. I'm just not.
That's insane.
And I play this for a living more than any human being, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay. And that's just one item. Then there's this one, so that's 200 divine. There's this one that's going to be 60 divine. There's this one that's going to be 20 divine. But if you only get like 4 of these stats and not all of them, well, then it might only be like a tenth of 1 divine, which is like trivial. But of course, I don't know what's valuable and what's not valuable, and I don't know what's important and what's not important.
Yeah.
So when I go look at the market or when I go to craft, I'm like, what the fuck do I do? And it tells you the priority, and then it tells you all of these things, all the things you want. I mean, it's like, this is really, really in depth.
For sure.
And the crazy part is that, like, I need, as in depth as this is, in terms of making this build work for someone who isn't able to, what to do on a budget if you don't have the currency, which is going to be 98% of the people who are following a guide like this.
Yeah.
Pretty much like 90% of the information that I needed to make this build work is not in this guide.
Yeah.
Because it's such a complicated game.
It appears to be, yeah.
You know, like you can make it so that I attack twice as much and do half as much damage and the build might be the same. Or it might be completely different because you might have a thing that procs X% of the time. So really you want to do it a lot. Like there's just
or
so
like
many
like
things.
you were saying, like to me it seems the same to be like I have 1 HP but my shield is 4,000 as opposed to saying I have 4,000 HP. But if something scales with your HP, then that build doesn't work because it's scaling from 1 and not from 4,000. So you need to convert that scaling from scaling to HP, scaling to shield. So it's not always as simple as like, oh, well, I don't have that, but I have this, and that should kind of work. Sometimes that ain't how it works. Yeah.
Yeah. So like diagnosing these problems, it's like there's a science to like figuring out what is wrong. And there's like real basic level stuff where it's like I got a lot of people to come in that are like, I can't survive, what's my problem? And I'm like, they're like, I have you know, the right armor and the right whatever and the right whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool, what are your resistances at? And they're like, what are those?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, right, like that's some beginner level stuff that we all had to like get past.
For sure.
But then there's like, I think probably just as, if not maybe more common with games like this are the like trying to figure out why, like I watch a video, I see this build guide, I follow it as best as I can, and it's nothing like what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what the problem is. And then today I ran into, luckily chat saved me because I would have basically been scammed.
Really?
There are these currencies. So like this is currency in the game. They're just these fucking orbs.
Yeah, okay.
And they all do different things. This adds like an affix to an item. Is
this like an RMT site?
I don't know, maybe. I just went to Google it.
Oh, okay.
To get it. Yeah, that's just a picture. This is the divine orb. This is like the Exalt is like $1 bill. The divine is like $100 bill.
Okay, yeah.
And basically everything else this is like a penny. This is like a nickel, a dime. Like no one fucking uses this anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's basically like Exalt or divine, but there are these orbs of annulment that are actually like every now and then you'll see. This is like let me think, like a $68 bill.
Okay.
Now, sometimes what you'll see is when you go to the in-game like market trading, you'll see and you sort it by price. So let's say, and again, I'm like making this up for easy.
Yeah.
But so like if this is $100 bill, the divine is $100, the Exalt is a $1 bill, and the Orb of Annulment is a $68 bill. You don't know this as a player who's, you know, only has a few hundred hours in the game. You might not know the idiosyncrasies of this necessarily. I'll search for one of the items that I want, you know, put all the affixes in that I want and whatever, and I'll see the top item, the cheapest item, is like 3 Orbs of Annulment.
Okay.
And then the next line item might be 60 Exalted Orbs. And then the next line item is like 1 Divine.
Yeah.
But think about what I just said.
Yeah.
The cheapest is $180.
Yeah.
or $60 or $100.
Yeah.
But the way that the game works is it basically like just there's some algorithm in the back end that figures out, because there's a dynamic currency exchange.
Yeah.
So it has to figure out like the exchange rate, and for whatever reason, it determined that like 3 of these is cheaper than like 60 of these.
Yeah.
Which is just objectively.
Yeah.
So there's like a million scams that basically someone's like never pay orbs of annulment. And I've been like planning out in my head all these things I'm going to buy with all these annulment orbs but you have to take the annulment orbs and you go to the currency trader and you trade the orbs of annulment for exalts. And if you really want to buy something that's for a divine, then you just go to the currency market and you trade the exalts for the divines, and you do it that way. And that, because otherwise you get scammed. It's like, oh my God.
That is just insane. Insane.
Yeah. So
Jesus Christ.
So I was molding. Like I said, it was like 75% skill and build issue, 25% genuine flaws with the game.
Yeah.
But my problem that was making me so frustrated was there's no way to tell when I die if it was a skill issue or not.
Yeah.
If I'm playing and I die and I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
That's such a shitty experience.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
It's so bad. It's like Tarkov, where if the game just went black screen and you were back at your stash and it didn't give you a after report, it didn't whatever.
Sure. Yeah, that's totally understandable. Gee, that game seems freaking insane, bro. It seems out of control. Jesus.
It's a very, very good game in so many ways, and in a single digit number of ways is very, very, flawed. Very frustrating. Yeah. But every day I play, I'm able to like take all of these unknown frustrations and like confidently put them in the category of I've solved that issue. Yeah. This is a problem with the game. I've solved this issue. This is a bug. I've solved this issue.
Yeah.
Because I just want to get back to like dying and losing. I want it to be my fault.
Yeah.
And I want to know why.
Yeah.
When it's not my fault or I don't know why, and you waste my fucking time, I'm gonna break my desk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna someone G my monitor. Like I'm gonna.
Yep. Yep. That totally makes sense. That totally makes sense. Yeesh. That's crazy. Only other thing I have, only other gaming related thing I have is Arc Raiders announced that they're doing another test, another beta test, which
during TwitchCon.
During TwitchCon, yeah. I genuinely do. I think that may have solidified that I'm not going.
Literally, when I reached out to you, I think I did. I asked you if you wanted to, and I think you said like you weren't sure if you were going. I'm like, okay, I'm not going then.
Yeah, dude, I was like, I was already on the fence. I was like, do I want to? I don't know. Like, it's so fun to like hang out with people, but it's just like a lot to like, I don't know. And I was just putting it off, and I had just kind of decided I was gonna wait to make like a last minute decision. And bro, they announced this. And dude, they're doing it so well. So I was actually we've talked about this before, don't do any more betas, because a lot of games kill the hype of their own game by letting people play early access and then the beta and then the alpha and then the tech test. And everybody just kind of figures everything out beforehand. They have been running NDA tests for this game for like 4 years, but the public has only seen it once. And it was in spring. They did tech test 2, and they did it for like 4 days. And it was, I mean, it stole the hearts of the world. You know what I mean? Shroud was like game of the year. Jack Frags was like, oh my God, I never thought I'd be into an extraction shooter. I mean, it stole the hearts of gamers. And I was glad they weren't doing anything. But if they were going to do it, this makes a lot of sense. The way they're doing it, it's a week and a half before the game comes out. Most importantly, it is completely free. You don't have to pre-order, and there's no codes. Every human in the world on every platform, console, PC, all of it. It's just, if you want to play, you can play. And it's so smart to do it that way.
It's just free trial.
The thing is they're marketing it the right way. They're calling it the server slam. Only one map is going to be available.
Performance testing.
Yes. Only one map is going to be available. So they're keeping the game close to the chest. We're not going to be able to play any of the new maps. We're not going to be able to progress farther than we did in the tech test. So all the new stuff is still going to be gone. And it makes so much sense because it's a game with a box price.
Mm-hmm.
A point I forgot to make earlier was that of all the good things I can say about Delta Force or Arena Breakout, those are free-to-play games. And when you open the menu, they feel like free-to-play games. There are 72 different currencies. There's 48 events going on. I swear to God, in Arena Breakout Infinite, I think there's 100 different menus you could be in. And they're all giving you raid coins and G coins and F coins, and you got to use this, that. And it's just like menu salad is what I call it. It's insane because they have to have 72 different cosmetics and 48 different currencies to make their money, right? In the Battle Pass, because it's a free-to-play game. So Arc Raiders is a sticker price. It's $40. So they're going to monetize it that way, which I think makes a lot of sense. But so many people have asked me, yo, I just don't quite get the hype for Arc Raiders. And I'm like, man, I wish you could just play it because I didn't get the hype until I played it. So the convergence of all this makes so much sense where they just do 3 days. They are marketing it as a server slam. It's all about stress testing the servers. It's free and no codes. So you would theoretically get a really good amount of people, potentially even as many, if not more, than are going to buy the game, because everyone that's going to buy the game is going to play. And then you have a bunch of people that are like, well, I don't know if I want to buy the game. So it's so smart of them to do that. And I'm so glad because I'm like, dude, if you are on the fence, you have to play 1 or 2 of those days. Just play for a little bit. And
I think I'm almost definitely going to play.
Yeah.
Especially after dipping my toes back into Tarkov on the Patreon episodes, which very quickly I will say the last the last episode that we did, all I'll say is it brought back memories. It was a reminder.
It was a reminder. Welcome home. Welcome home. But yeah, that's really it. I am frothing at the mouth for Arc Raiders. I am very excited. I'm going to be pulling 15-hour days, all 3 days, because I'm just so excited for this game. And yeah, and if you haven't played it, or if you're interested, or if you're not sure, dude, my big thing that I've been saying is I implore you, if you have ever said Arc Raiders looks sick, I just hate that it's third person, play the server slam. I respect if you play the game and your opinion is I just can't get behind third person games. I respect that. Third person games aren't for everybody. But in 4 days, that game convinced me, turned me from third person PV games are stupid and none of them should be third person to they should never add a first person mode to this game. In 4 days, Arc Raiders changed my mind that hard. They should never add a first person mode to this game. It was designed for third person and so if that's the only thing holding you back, get in there, play the game because it's so good. I'm so excited. So yeah, and then they dropped pre-orders, $40. The deluxe edition is $60. Comes out on the 30th. Server slam on the 17th.
What do you get for the pre-order if not early access?
I mean, the pre-order you get a cosmetic. It's nothing egregious. You get a cosmetic, and then if you do the deluxe edition, you get more cosmetics and some Raider tokens, which I think is going to be the currency you can buy the battle pass with or something in the game. The finals is probably the finals is, as far as I know, the most consumer friendly free to play game ever. The monetization in that game is insanely good. It's insanely fair pricing. Every single cosmetic in the game, you can buy any piece of it you want. So if there's like a cowboy cosmetic, a whole cowboy set, you can just buy the cowboy hat if you want for like a fraction of the price. And if you come back a year later and buy the jacket, and then you want to buy the boots, if at any point during that you meet the threshold of what the original bundle's price was, it just unlocks the rest for you. So the game won't let you accidentally spend more than the bundle cost.
Interesting.
It just gives it to you for free. Like it's and Embark made the final. So it's like the Embark on a free to play game has like widely regarded as like the most consumer friendly and the least predatory.
They made the finals?
Yeah.
Wait, the people who made Ark made finals?
Yes. The other game I've been
so
glazing up eternally.
So that's why they're paying you to glaze both of them.
Yes, dude. Please, God, pay me. I'm so unashamedly. Please, God, pay me to glaze your games. They're so good. Embark is like at the top of their game, bro. It's insane. It's insane. So I feel really good about the monetization for Arc Raiders because it's probably going to be even less than the finals because it's a box price game. So yeah, that's it. It's pretty sick. So
I think I'm definitely give it a try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then maybe one of these days we'll play the finals on the PP. I'm gonna. I don't know. I was gonna say I'm gonna take a break from Tarky after the 4 raids we've done in 3 episodes.
Yep.
But I don't know. We'll see. But dude, I want to play the finals with you. But I want you to. I need to see you in CS:GO.
That would be so funny.
And CS:GO is free, right?
Yeah.
Now, isn't it
think
free?
so.
Yeah. So
I think you have to pay to get the like non-cheater servers or whatever. I don't understand how it works.
Oh, the Prime or whatever. Yeah.
But,
I mean, like we could just fucking.
Yeah.
I just want to see you. You can go like offline
God.
in like a lobby with bots. I just want to see you try and shoot moving bots.
I would not, dude.
It's gonna be the most humbling.
Yeah, I believe it because you can't move and shoot in that game, right? I mean, you can, but you shouldn't.
You can, but you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Unless you use, there are a few guns that like you're not as punished as much, like some of the pistols and stuff.
Dude, I would. I mean, I would do it, but I'd be so cooked in CS. But speaking of the Patreon, this coming Monday is episode 100.
Oh shit!
Of the bonus episodes.
Oh my god! Of the bonus episodes, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah,
really?
Time is a flat circle. Yeah. We posted bonus episode 99. So if you want even more of the podcast, patreon.com/thepodcastpod, 100 extra episodes over there that we've done, early ad-free access to these episodes, and we've even done a couple of offline gaming that we post up there. It's pretty sick. Thank you guys for hanging. Thank you for the continued support. Thank you to Factor for sponsoring this episode. And that's the stuff. You guys are the best. Love you long time. And we'll definitely see y'all on the next one.
Use protection.